Welcome back, everybody, to the Tennessee Titans franchise here on Madden 23. Today, our Titans have a doubleheader as we head on the road to face off a couple of our division rivals. We will start off in Houston to face off against the struggling Texans, and then we will travel out to Lucas Oil Stadium to face off against the Indianapolis Colts. Should be a fun episode for our red-hot Titans, who have been fantastic over the last couple of months. We are currently 9-3. We've won 7 games in a row, and right now we are the hottest team in the NFL. After our shaky start through the first 5 weeks, we have been pretty much perfect since then, and as our win streak has gone along, we have been playing better and better. I think we're really peaking at the right time, and hopefully we'll be able to keep it going here in these final few regular season games leading up to the playoffs. In the last episode, we headed to Arrowhead Stadium on Sunday Night Football, and we dominated the Chiefs 27-7. We nearly pitched a shutout, if not for the Chiefs getting a late drive in garbage time for a touchdown. But our defense was phenomenal, the offense was good, and we've been playing some phenomenal football recently. We're hoping to keep it up today against the Texans and the Colts. On paper, these are the 2 worst teams we have left on our schedule, but these are not easy games by any stretch. They're both inter-division matchups, and I think playing a division opponent neutralizes things a little bit. And both games are on the road as well. It is very hard to win in this league on the road, especially within the division. We're currently half a game ahead of the Jaguars. Despite our 7-game win streak, we have not built up much of a lead in the AFC South, but we still need all the wins we can get against Houston and Indianapolis. The Colts are still fighting for a playoff spot, so that game in particular should be a challenge. But I'm not sleeping on this Houston team. I get they're 2-10. I get they're not great. But the Texans usually give us competitive games throughout this series. And especially with this game being on the road, it very well could be a trap game. On the flip side, though, Houston might be the worst team in the NFL. So this is by far the easiest game we have left. But again, I don't want to take them lightly. We only beat them by 5 back in Week 9, although I don't think the game was as close as the score suggested. We really had control in that entire game, and the Texans scored some points late. Houston really improved their roster in the offseason, but it hasn't really led to improvement in the win column. Second-year quarterback Kane Sanders has mostly been disappointing, and although it's early, he is starting to trend towards being a bust, with his play in his first 2 NFL seasons being nothing short of poor. Kane Sanders did play pretty well against us in Week 9, I will say. That game was on primetime on the road, and for the most part, I came away pretty impressed with him. But other than that, he has been disappointing this year. He struggled last year, and he hasn't really taken a leap up this year. He's on pace for less yards, less touchdowns, more interceptions, and a lower completion percentage. And he's performing worse with better offensive weapons. The Texans added Aaron Jones, Otis Washington Jr., and DJ Moore in the offseason, along with a decent group of supporting cast that was already here to begin with. They've got a young and talented defense as well, led by Cyrus Okpoko Jr. and Octavius Thatcher, the 2 big linebackers. And then in the secondary with young guys like Derek Stingley, Gabe Feldstead, and Jalen Petrie. So again, I don't want to take this team or this game lightly, but the fact of the matter is the Texans are not that good. This is a game that our Titans should win, and if we lose, then we really could lose some momentum here in our season. So let's see what happens here in this Week 14 matchup. Will the Titans win their NFL best 8th game in a row, or can the Houston Texans spoil the fun for the hopefully playoff-bound Titans? Tennessee's gotten hit hard by the injury bug recently. Kyle Pitts, Chidobe Awuzie, and Carlisle Kaplan all got injured last week against the Chiefs. Some guys are going to need to step up, and that includes Muhammad McBride, starting at tight end in place of the injured Kyle Pitts, and he will gain 28 yards. The Oklahoma connection making a nice play there. 2nd and 9, Kalochi goes up the middle for Elijah Bryant, and he will get it past the 30 to the 29. So far, so good for the Titans as they're moving the ball down the field quickly and efficiently. Now they've got a 3rd and 7. Romeo Kalochi looks short for Scotty Pickens, who catches it, but just shy of the first down marker. Leapt up by Jordan James, the young corner drafted out of Oklahoma State. So it's 4th and inches. The Titans are this close. They might as well go for it. And Derrick Henry will get the first down as he gains around 6. Quickly wrapped up by Octavius Thatcher, another former Oklahoma player. 3rd and 1, broken up in the end zone. Again, the Titans are this close. They figure they might as well go for it. Handoff for Elijah Bryant, and he will truck his way into the end zone for a touchdown. So the Titans convert twice on fourth down here on their opening drive, finished off by a short touchdown by Elijah Bryant. And the Titans will start this game with a 7-0 lead. Here's the Texans offense, led by the Houston kid. Kane Sanders played his college ball not too far away at the University of Houston, as Aaron Jones gets things started with a quick gain of around 16 yards. Jones played well the first time these two teams faced off earlier in the season. Now a 3rd and 3. Sanders looks to throw it. He will go short, and it is caught by DJ Moore. Moore breaking through as he gets to the 24, acquired in an offseason trade with Carolina. Now it's a 3rd and 6 here for the Texans from the 9. We'll see what Houston can do here as they look to potentially tie the game. Sanders under pressure, hit by Landry, and it's incomplete, nearly intercepted had the defensive back made a play on the ball quicker. So that'll bring out the field goal team. This is Bart Kluterman. His kick is up and good from 26 yards out. And so it is a 7-3 ball game. The Titans get it back late in the quarter. Romeo Coloci takes a shot downfield, and Scotty Pickens dropped the ball. I was right in his hands. A beautiful throw by Romeo, but Scotty Pickens is unable to hold on. On 3rd and 10, Coloci backs up in the pocket, and this time Scotty Pickens does catch it for a first down to the 37, and that'll wrap up the first quarter. 7-3, Titans lead. Tennessee looks pretty good on offense so far. We'll see if they can keep moving the ball down the field well here in the second quarter. 3rd and 6, Coloci under pressure, goes short for Elijah Bryant. He will break the tackle from Petrie and is wrapped up just shy of the first down marker. It's a 4th and inches. So, again, the Titans are this close. They might as well go for it. They're already 2 for 2 on 4th down tries today. Romeo will look to throw it, and it is dropped. Hot Rod Pryor had a wide open pass right in his hands, but he's unable to make the catch. So the Titans decide to throw the ball on 4th and short, and it backfires as Pryor's unable to haul it in. So the Texans are going to get it with good field position, and they are taking advantage now at the 21. Aaron Jones with a nice run. He is leveled by Kevin Byard, but not before bringing it to the 7. 2nd and goal now for Houston, under 7 to go here in the second quarter. 7-3 ball game. Kane Sanders looks to throw it. It is caught short, and that'll be a touchdown. The Texans take the lead. Deontay Hardy with the score, and it is now 10-7. So the Titans will get it. They trail by 3 after their failed 4th down on the last possession, as Hot Rod Pryor comes down with a tough pass, gaining 21. This time, Pryor actually holds on to the ball. 3rd and 4, Romeo Coloci trying to call an audible here. The Titans have it a little bit past midfield of the 48. Coloci cannot find anybody open, so he's going to run with it. Let Romeo cook. He gains 13, sliding forward at the 35. 3rd and 7 now. Romeo looks to throw. He has Scotty Pickens open short. Pickens gets the first down, bringing the Titans into the red zone for a gain of 17. So Tennessee is getting very close to the end zone, looking to take this lead back with under 3 to go in the half. Coloci goes short. It's Treylon Burks in for the score, and the Titans are back ahead. A good drive from Tennessee after their failed 4th down conversion on their last drive, and so it is now a 14-10 ball game. The Texans get it back, trailing by 4, looking to take the lead back. I told you can't take this Houston team lightly. We've had a really competitive game so far. Sanders under pressure on 1st down. He is sacked. Azeez Ojulari is in the backfield for a loss of 9. I've got to say, I've been really impressed with Azeez Ojulari over these last few weeks. As that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. Titans lead it 14-10. Will the Texans wave the white flag on this drive and run the ball, or are they going to throw it? It's a handoff to Aaron Jones, so they're just trying to get the Titans to burn one of their timeouts. Jones gets 5, and Tennessee will burn a timeout. So it is now 4th and 7. That'll lead to a punt. The Titans will get the ball back, trying to extend the lead. 3rd and 9. Pickens open up field, wrapped up by Octavius Thatcher at the 49. Tennessee moving quickly. They've only got 2 timeouts. Romeo takes a shot downfield. It is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. Scotty Pickens with the score, and it is now 21-10. The Romeo Coloci to Scotty Pickens connection has been special. We have seen some very impressive deep balls these last few weeks from Romeo Coloci as he threads the needle perfectly. Or did he? The play is going to be reviewed. As we look at the replay, I think they're challenging if he had possession. I'm not entirely sure if they're confused if the feet were in bounds or if the ball may have hit the ground as he went down. Regardless, I think that is clearly a catch, and he got both feet in. So it is a touchdown, and it's now 21-10. Not a lot of time left here in this first half as the Texans get stopped again, and the Titans are going to call another timeout. It looks like they're going to try to score again with under 30 seconds left in the half. They would ultimately be unsuccessful. And so that'll wrap up the first half. 21-10 your score. Tennessee leads it over the Houston Texans. It wasn't a pretty start, but the Titans have been very good over the last 5 minutes. Let's take a look at our halftime report now. We will start in Los Angeles. The Colts, who we play next week, are facing off against the LA Chargers. So far, Indianapolis has the upper hand with a late rushing touchdown from quarterback Bartholomew Blount. The Colts currently lead at 14-6. Both of these teams well within the mix for the wild card. Indianapolis 6-6. This is a super important game for them. As for the Chargers, they're 8-4, trying to keep themselves in position for a playoff spot. The Titans do play the Chargers later in the year. The Raiders head to the Mile High City to face off against the Denver Broncos. Broncos country, let's cry. It's been a rough season for Denver, with them performing poorly and the other 3 teams in the division likely headed towards the playoffs. And today has been no exception. The Raiders lead 24-10. Rookie quarterback Justin Tucker has been phenomenal again. Him and Romeo Colucci continue to have a really exciting duel for the Rookie of the Year award, and it still feels like it's neck and neck. And now we've got a good old-fashioned tank bowl. 2 of the worst teams in the league, the Steelers and the Seahawks. The winner of this game will be the real loser because they will be hurt in the draft order. And currently, the quote-unquote winner is the Steelers, who have more points. They lead 14-0. But Seattle, we know, might be the real winner because it helps their draft positioning. Currently 3-9. Of course, the Titans have played the Steelers 2 years in a row in the playoffs. I think it's safe to say that we will not have a rematch for a 3rd straight season. So as we look at the game plan here, the run game has been pretty bad, and since we're winning, we're probably going to run the ball, so we should make sure we get that down. Defensively, we have stopped Kane Sanders for the most part, at least when he's tried to go downfield, but he has been pretty good in the short game. So if we can limit him there and try to make him win by trying to stretch the field vertically, then hopefully we can close things off in the second half, and that's a good start. Trey Hendrickson with the sack, forcing a loss of about 5, and that'll make it a 3rd and long for the Texans. Sanders will look to throw it. He's under more pressure from Hendrickson. He's going to go downfield, and it's broken up by the rookie, Amani Ward. So that'll force a punt. The Titans will get it back. Play action on 1st down. Colucci gets it to Quinn Crew. He will get it to the 41. Crew, of course, played his college ball here in the state of Texas with the Texas A&M Aggies. Gig 'em. From the 41 now for the Titans. It's a handoff up the middle for Derrick Henry. Henry, with room, is hit hard by Thatcher, but not before getting into the 23. Historically, Derrick Henry has owned the Houston Texans. Today, he's been somewhat quiet, but still good. 2nd and goal now. Colucci looks to throw it. He has Pickens open, and Scotty Pickens comes down with it for a touchdown. The Titans with 21 unanswered points, and they are now up by 3 possessions with about 6 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. So now the Titans are really looking good, and the Texans are going to need to respond quickly before this gets out of hand. Sanders throws and connects with DJ Moore for a solid gain of 15 yards. That'll help move the chains a little bit. 3rd and 1 now. Sanders again drops back under pressure from Boa Kaboa, and it's nearly intercepted as Harold Landry got some hands on it. So it's 4th and 1. I feel like the Texans at this point should just go for it. A field goal does make it a 2-possession game, but the problem is the kick is no good. It is wide to the left, and it'll remain 28-10. So the Titans get it back. 3rd and 5. Short throw to Pryor. He will get it to the 38-yard line. Tennessee looking to up their lead even more. King Henry on 3rd and 5 is just shy of the 1st down marker. So it's another 4th and short. And again, the Titans are this close, so they might as well go for it. 4th and 1, Henry up the middle. Doesn't get much, maybe 2 or 3, but that's all he needs to get the first, and that'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. The Titans appear to be sitting pretty. They lead at 28-10, and we'll see if they can hang on here in the 4th quarter to take their 8th straight win. 1st and goal, Henry powers his way in. The King has entered his castle once again. Derrick Henry with the touchdown, and it is now a 35-10 ball game. Really not looking good here for the Texans early in the 4th, trying to hang on for dear life. John Mechie III with a solid gain to around the 44-yard line for a gain of 17. The Texans are trying to move quickly here. Under 8 to go now, 3rd and 10. Sanders lobs it up for DJ Moore, who outruns both of the safeties. He is in for a score. It's now 35-17. We'll fast forward to around a minute left to go. The Texans will score again, making it 35-24. So the Titans get the ball back. They're just trying to choose some clock, and Derrick Henry will fumble it. And it is going to be picked up by the Texans. Cyrus Okpoko recovers it. Houston is making a miraculous comeback late. They're still down by 2 scores, but they're really making some noise. Deontay Hardy wrapped up by Byard at the 30. Texans trying to move quickly. They still have all their timeouts. However, Sanders will be sacked by Devontae Turner Jr. for a loss of 8. 3rd and long now. Sanders looks to throw it. Backs up in the pocket. Heaves up a prayer, and it is caught. DJ Moore with the touchdown, and it is now a 5-point game. What is happening? The Texans will look to go for 2, and Sanders' pass is incomplete. So they've got to go for the onside kick here. Tennessee just looking to finish this off once and for all, as it will be recovered by Treylon Burks. Similarly to the first time these two teams played, this game was a lot closer than it should have been. The Titans were up by as much as 4 possessions in the 4th quarter, but the Texans scored 3 times in the 4th, including 2 touchdowns within the last minute of the game, essentially. Tennessee still wins at 35-30. But if they did not build up a big enough lead early, those mental errors at the end of the game really could have costed them. Tennessee's had a few instances this year, including both games against the Texans, where they lead big, but they get cute at the end or they do something kind of stupid, and the game ends up being a lot close. And hopefully that doesn't come back to bite the Titans in the butt anytime soon. Nonetheless, still a good win. We still played really well for the first 3.5 quarters for the most part. Romeo Coloci played very well again. Another phenomenal performance for the standout rookie. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Kane Sanders was pretty good too. He wasn't the most efficient, only completing 48% of his passes, but he did throw 4 touchdowns and did not turn the ball over. Our run game was not at its best. Both Henry and Bryant ran for under 4 yards a carry. Scotty Pickens and DJ Moore both looking like true number 1 receivers today. Both pass rushes were a little bit quiet. Shout out to Octavius Thatcher, though, with 18 tackles in this one for the Texans. We also dropped a lot of interceptions, for what it's worth. Our defensive players need better hands, because we had like 10 instances where we could have made a play on the ball and we just didn't. Nonetheless, a win's a win, especially on the road against a divisional opponent. As we take a look at the scores around the rest of the league, the Jaguars had their bye week, so we are now a full game ahead of them with this win. Players of the week: Dak Prescott, Mac Jones, Shaq Barrett, and Jamel Dean. But remember, today we've got a doubleheader. We've got another game on tap, Week 15 at Lucas Oil Stadium against the Indianapolis Colts, who did end up beating the Chargers last week. They are now 7-6. They are just on the outside looking in for the wild card. So this is a really important game that the Colts pretty much have to win. If they win this game, then they can really put themselves in a good spot with 3 weeks to go to grab one of those wild card spots. If they lose, then they're going to need a miracle. So this is Indianapolis' most important game of the entire season, so we've got our hands full here. We're currently 10-3, tied with the Cowboys for the best record in the NFL, and we are now a full game ahead of everybody for the number 1 seed in the AFC. We do still have to play the Jaguars and the Bengals, who both have 9 wins. We have already beaten the Bills, though, which gives us the tiebreaker over them. But long story short, the AFC is super competitive. We do not have our playoff spot, division, or seeding anywhere near locked up, especially considering we've got a really hard schedule with 4 playoff caliber teams to end the year. The Colts have been pretty up and down. We beat them in Week 4 in what ended up being a pretty crazy game. I think it was drenched rain in that game. We ended up winning 42-35, one of the most exciting games of the year. That was the game where we had, I think, the big pick 6 by Amani Ward in the 4th quarter really propelled us. In that game, Bartholomew Blount, the young quarterback, threw 3 interceptions in the second half, which was a big reason why we ended up winning. Blount hasn't necessarily lit the world on fire so far, but I do think the Colts are pretty happy with the development of their young quarterback. Put it this way, he's been a lot better than Kane Sanders in his NFL career so far, which I guess isn't a super high bar to cross. So as we look at Blount throughout the year, he obviously had the game against us where he threw for 450 yards and turned the ball over 3 times. The Colts have won 3 games in a row, and he hasn't played all that well during the win streak, surprisingly, but they are winning games. They've got plenty of weapons on offense, specifically Jonathan Taylor, who will not play today. He is currently injured and will be out for the rest of the regular season. So they're going to rely on Adarian Graham and Jalen Phillips to lead the way in the backfield. They've still got a good group of receivers with Michael Thomas, DJ Chark, TK Thomas, even Tutu Atwell, who played well against us in Week 4. They've got former Titan Jonnu Smith at tight end. They've got a really good offensive line, plenty of talent on defense. But I will say, this team has gotten hit hard by the injury bug just like us. Not only Jonathan Taylor, but 3 key defensive starters, Moore, Blackman, and Pay, are all injured. So both teams have 4 very notable starters who are out for this game. Despite that, both of these teams are still 2 of the better teams in the AFC, even with getting hit by the injury bug. Will the Titans win their 9th consecutive game of the season, or can the Colts stop the win streak and get what would be easily their biggest win of the season thus far? Should be a fun one here in Lucas Oil. So the Colts will start with the ball. Blunt under a lot of pressure here on the very first play of the game, and it's intercepted. Asher Gonzalez picks it off, and he will take it all the way, limping into the end zone for a touchdown. A pick 6 for the Titans defense on the very first play of the game. A huge turnover by Asher Gonzalez, the second-year linebacker, who I believe had an interception against these guys in Week 4. Gonzalez continuing to play really well here in his second season. So here's drive number 2 for the Colts. The first drive did not go so well. Good run for Adarian Graham. He gets for first. However, young offensive tackle Tyrese Sanders is hurt on the play. 2nd and 4, nice catch by Michael Pittman. He brings it to the 3. The Colts are marching forward. Can they punch it in? 3rd and goal? Not quite. Jalen Phillips is stopped short. 4th and goal at the 1. Indianapolis will keep the offense out on the field. They will go for it. Blunt looks to throw it under pressure, and it is caught for a touchdown. The former Titan, Jonnu Smith, with the score, and the Colts tie it at 7. So now the Titans will get the ball for the first time today. Obviously, their first touchdown was from the defense. Kolochi misfires for Burks, and Evan Smith is injured. It seems like we are never going to have our whole offensive line healthy at the same time. Right now, the Titans have 3 starting offensive linemen hurt. Smith expected to miss multiple weeks now. 2nd and 10, Derrick Henry with a nice run to the right side. Ironic, because the entire right side of the offensive line is literally injured. 3rd and 4, Bryant goes to the left side, the healthy side of the offensive line, and he will not get the first down. He's wrapped up by Nick Cross. So that'll lead to a 4th and 3, 48-yard try for Fat Randy and the field goal team as Randy Bullock splits the uprights, and it is now a 10-7 ball game. The Titans lead it here through 1 quarter. Obviously, the pick 6 certainly helped things out from the young linebacker out of San Diego State, Asher Gonzalez. We'll see what the defense can do here as the Colts have an early 3rd and 12. Blunt looks to throw it under pressure from Landry. Goes downfield. It's tipped again, and incomplete. The receiver, I think that was Tutu Atwell, really could have caught that ball twice. The Titans have it back, but not for long. Kolochi is sacked by Zaire Savage II for a loss of 8. That'll stall out the drive and lead to a punt. So the Colts get it back. Both defenses now really starting to play well, getting into a groove. Here's DJ Chark, wrapped up by Amani Ward, but not before getting 18. Busy start here so far for DJ Chark. He's been the go-to guy up to this point for Blunt. 2nd and 10. Blunt looks to throw it with Harold Landry in the zone as it goes back to DJ Chark, who gets it to the 11. Now 3rd and 4. The Colts looking to take the lead here. Blunt in the zone as well as his pass is nearly intercepted. Caleb Farley should have caught it for what would have been his NFL-leading 6th interception of the year. The Colts will fake the field goal on 4th and 4 as Jonah Moliuer loses 3. A gutsy call by Indianapolis, and it does not pay off. The Titans hold on to their lead. 3rd and 5, flag on the play as Hot Rod Pryor will drop the pass. I think Nick Cross got a hand on it, but Pryor still could have caught it. It'll be a holding against the Titans. They will call it on Eugene Treston, who is now in the lineup with Evan Smith hurt. The Colts would decline the penalty, and the Titans would punt. 2nd and 9, short pass hauled in by, once again, DJ Chark. He gets into the 41-yard line. We'll see if the Colts, with another opportunity to take the lead, will capitalize. Blunt still in the zone as he connects with, again, DJ Chark on 2nd and 11. He will bring it to the 24. The Titans cannot cover him so far in this first half. 10-7 here at the 2-minute warning. Both defenses looking phenomenal in the second quarter. 3rd and 10. Blunt up the middle for Jonnu Smith. His second touchdown at the first half. Maybe I spoke a little bit too soon. The Titans leave not only Smith wide open, but the entire middle of the field open as well. So it's now 14-10. Tennessee with 2 timeouts and about a minute to go. Colochi threading the needle for Scotty Pickens, who's out of bounds, stopping the clock at the 40-yard line. The Titans looking to get the lead here before halftime. They will be unable to, but they will look to kick a field goal to make it a 1-point game. From 57, Bullock right down the middle. Randy Bullock with an absolute beauty of a kick, and that will wrap up the first half. We've got a very competitive one up to this point. The Colts lead it 14-13. The Titans certainly looking a little sloppy early on as they try to get their 9th consecutive win. Let's take a look at our halftime report around the rest of the league. While we're battling Indy, the other 2 teams in our division, Houston and Jacksonville, are playing against each other in Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. We need all the Jaguars losses we can get. The one problem is they are playing against a not-so-good Texans team. Now, the Texans kept this game close, but the Jags would win in overtime, 37-31. Jacksonville now 10-4. If the Titans hypothetically lose this game, they'll be tied with the Jaguars. Currently, the Jags had the head-to-head tiebreaker, so that would catapult Jacksonville into first place. The Bills facing off against New England. For seeding purposes, we are rooting for New England. Our rooting interests, unfortunately, would not come true because Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs are both really good at football. The Bills win 37-23. They are now 10-4 as well. The Patriots, who needed to win this game for wildcard purposes, dropped to 7-7. While we are not happy about the result of this game, the Colts certainly are. If they win against us, then they would put themselves ahead of the Patriots. And finally, we've got another interdivision battle. The Browns, in need of a win, head to Cincinnati to face off against the AFC North leading Bengals. For seeding purposes, we are certainly rooting for Cleveland here, as much as it kind of sucks to root for known women respecter Deshaun Watson. His team currently does have the lead over Cincinnati, 21-14. The Browns hanging on for dear life. If they lose, they're definitely done. Hopefully Cleveland can hold on, as a Cincinnati loss would really help us out. So as we go into the second half, we are down. I'm not too worried. I think we can certainly come back. We're only down by 1, and we start with the ball. So I do think we are in a pretty good spot. Romeo Colochi's been okay, but he hasn't looked like his best for the most part. He hasn't really been able to get into much of the groove. And then defensively, Blunt has been really good in the intermediate area of the field. Him and DJ Chark have been lethal. The Titans will start things off strong as Elijah Bryant gains 22 on the first play of the second half. Now 2nd and 4. Derrick Henry cuts upfield. Henry looking to truck by the safety. He cannot, but he does get it to the 37. The Titans are running the ball well here on this drive so far. Now looking to throw it on a 2nd and 1. Colochi backs up in the pocket looking for Scotty Pickens, who hauls it in to the 6 for a solid gain of 22 yards. Tennessee marching down the field just as they should here to start the second half. And then on 1st and goal, Colochi looks to outrun DeForest Buckner. It looks like he will. Colochi will make it into the end zone for a touchdown. The Titans will regain the lead with a rushing touchdown from Romeo Colochi, QB1. So it's 19-14 now. Tennessee will look to go for 2, try to make it a clean 7-point lead. It's a handoff for Elijah Bryant, and he does not get it. Bobby Okereke brings him down, and it'll remain a 5-point game. The Colts will get the ball back. Now they trail. Blunt up the middle, gets it to, that is TK Thomas, the Michigan connection, for a gain of 17. Blunt and Thomas, of course, led Michigan to the college football playoff twice together. As he gets it over to Michael Pittman now, the Colts have it in the red zone at the 10-yard line. 2nd and 6 for Indy. 2:30 left to go here in the third. Blunt will hand it off for Darion Graham, who breaks 1 tackle, still loses yardage. R.J. Robinson leading the way. Francis Kamoa there as well, and it is now a 3rd and 7. The Titans looking to hold on to their lead, trying to get a stop here near the goal line. Blunt looking to throw it. He's under pressure, will go short, and he does not get much. Big tackle from Kevin Byard, and it'll result in a gain of just 2. So the Colts will kick here. They will hold on to losing, but they will make it a 2-point game as it's now 19-17. Good stop in the red zone by Tennessee to hold on to their lead here late in the third quarter. They'll get it back on offense with a 3rd and 7. Colochi looks to throw it. Goes up the middle. Has an open man. It's Treylon Burks. He gets it to the 47 for a nice first down conversion. Good job by Romeo to be patient on that play. He waited until the middle of the field was not crowded, and it was just Burks. 19-17, a weird score, as the Titans looking to hold on here, trying to grab their 9th straight win. Hot Rod Pryor starts the fourth quarter off strong. He will bring it to the 3. A big gain for Pryor, and now the Titans have it on the goal line, looking to extend the lead, make it a 2-score game. First and goal, Colochi has an open man, and Scotty Pickens in for the score. And Tennessee now leads it by 2 possessions. It's 25-17. Scotty Pickens being carried out of the end zone like royalty by his teammate Treylon Burks. So Tennessee now leads by 9. The Colts now in desperation mode. Blunt incomplete, and that'll force a punt. The Colts did not elect to go for it. 3rd and 5. Bryant was open, but Colochi misses the throw. So the Colts will get it right back with a 3rd down and 7. Blunt looks short, and it is caught. That'll go for a first down as Tutu Atwell is pushed out, but not before getting it to the 35. Colts know they've got to score here, or else they could be in real trouble, and they are moving it down well. They have it past the 50 at the 46. Time not really an issue yet. There's still 6.5 minutes left. Blunt off his back foot. It's caught by Chark, who loses 2. That was a really risky throw. The last time Blunt was spinning around, throwing on his back foot, it was a pick 6. So I feel like he should have just thrown it away there. 3rd and 3. Blunt still in the zone. He's been in the zone like damn near the entire game, it feels like, as he's incomplete. The Colts are going to go for the field goal here on 4th and 3. It is a 56-yarder, but if he makes it, it'll be a 1-score game. The kick is up, and it is no good. Just a little bit short, also a little bit to the left. Now the Titans will look to finish it off. They're up by 2 scores with over 4 to go. Derrick Henry, he's in the zone as well with a big gain to the 33-yard line. As long as Tennessee doesn't do anything drastically stupid, they should be able to hold on here. Colochi under pressure on first down. He is sacked. Harry Ragunan, the rookie, out of UNLV, brings him down. It's now 3rd and 11. Colochi looks to throw it. He will connect. A nice pass for Treylon Burks, who holds on to the 19. Tennessee's now got it in the red zone at the 6. 1st and goal. Colochi looking to run with it as he scrambles to the left side. Colochi fumbles the ball, and he quickly picks it up. That could have been bad news. Cannot turn it over. 2nd and goal. Colochi fumbles it again! And it's picked up by DJ Graham. That was a backwards pass, and thus by it being incomplete, it is a fumble, and it'll be a scoop and score. Just like that, it's a 2-point game. The Colts would shockingly not go for the onside kick. They trust their defense to get a stop. So a massive mental blunder from Romeo Colochi, who's been so consistent. He doesn't make mental issues like that. Tennessee can win the game here on 3rd and 4. But Scotty Pickens drops the ball. Everything is lining up for the Colts to get a miraculous come-from-behind victory. They're only down by 2. They've got plenty of time. Blunt connects with Jonnu Smith. Solid gain to start the drive as he gains 18. Colts still at that timeout. They're now down to 35 seconds, though. 3rd and 5 from the 48. Blunt, under pressure, looks to throw it. Takes a shot downfield. Has an open man. It's caught. Chark out of bounds at the 12. Indianapolis is in field goal range. If they choose some clock, force the Titans to burn these timeouts, they can finish off the game. It's a screen for Graham. He goes backwards from Trey Hendrickson. The Titans would call a timeout on 1st down because otherwise the Colts would have just sent the field goal team out. Now 3rd and 12, 21 seconds left. Tennessee has 1 timeout, as does Indy. Graham loses 3, wrapped up by Boa Kamoa. That'll force the Titans to use their last timeout, and that'll bring out the field goal team looking to take the lead. It's a 33-yard kick. He missed one from deep not too long ago. This one is up, and it is good. The Colts take a 1-point lead with just seconds left to go. The Titans, without any timeouts, need a miracle. Remember in Season 1, though, Tennessee had the game-winning Hail Mary in Lucas Oil against the Colts. Colochi throws it away on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. The game on the line and the Titans win streak as well. Colochi calling an audible. He's going to have Pickens and Burks go downfield on streaks. He's hit as he throws. It's dropped by the safety, and the clock hits 0. The Colts, with a miraculous come-from-behind victory, they beat the Titans in thrilling fashion, 27-26. As I talked about at the end of the Texans game, whenever the Titans have a big lead, they sometimes have mental errors that lead to the game being closer. And I said, hopefully it doesn't bite the Titans in the butt. I was doing a little bit of foreshadowing because that's exactly what happened here. With the fumble on the goal line, actually, technically both fumbles by Kalochi, but really the second one where he went for the backwards pass. I don't think he saw the safety covering Henry. Obviously, the safety tipped the ball, took it all the way. And then the very next drive, Scotty Pickens dropping a wide open pass on third down to end the game. Those types of mental errors will cost you to lose. The scoreboard says 26-33. That's definitely not true. We lost by 1, not 7. I don't know how that's the case, but whatever. Bartholomew Blount was pretty solid, and he made some big throws at the end of the game to lead his team to the win. As for us, not Romeo Kalochi's best performance, and obviously that play on the goal line where the Colts had to scoop and score was pretty costly. DJ Chark played quite well in this one. We really couldn't cover him for the most part. Scotty Pickens played well, but he had the big drop, which as well costed us to lose. So hopefully we can learn from this, because these mental errors that are blocking us from finishing off games directly resulted in us losing this week. So hopefully we can learn from this and not let it happen again in the playoffs. We've got multiple news that is not so good, and that starts with Evan Smith, our starting offensive tackle who broke his ribs. He'll be out for the rest of the regular season, and he will not return until the divisional round of the playoffs if we were to get there. We will be having Carlisle Kaplan and James Daniels return this week, but it sucks for Evan Smith, who's missed some time already this year, but when he's been on the field, he's been really good, only allowing 1 sack and 500 snaps. So with the Jaguars winning, we had the same record as them, but since they currently had the tiebreaker, they pass us in the division. Even though we have tied for the best record in the AFC, we are now the 5th seed and a wild card. Players of the week, Tua Tagovailoa and Jeremy Fenelon, both with the Giants, who nearly dropped 60 against Detroit. Fenelon won a Player of the Week just 2 weeks ago, interestingly enough. Lamar Jackson and Chad Muma win it in the AFC. So we're now 10-4, and as I just said, we are no longer winning the division. The Jaguars are ahead of us because they beat us back in week 2, and we'll get a chance to even the tiebreaker. But even so, I mean, that loss could take us out from being the number 1 seed, all because we got cute and we ran a stupid pass on the goal line. So we're now currently the 5 seed. We would play the Bengals in the wild card round, and we will actually be playing the Bengals this week in week 16. We've got a really tough schedule. The Bengals, the Chargers on the road, and the Jaguars. These 3 teams are all probably going to the playoffs, so we've got our hands full to end the year. And as we look at Jacksonville, they played the Cardinals, who are good but have struggled recently, Seattle, who sucks, and then us. So Jacksonville's in the driver's seat in this division. They have an easier schedule. They have the tiebreaker as of now, but I will say all 3 of their games are on the road if we're looking for any silver lining. So that'll wrap up the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out. Tighten up.